was that day in October at Millennium Gym, pressing the 60 kilo dumbbells and I dropped it. That's when the left arm started shaking. It changes like your speech, changes your slow vision. They didn't want me to leave because they knew whenever there was a situation, I was always there to back the boys up. Like I've learned to adapt to it pretty well now. Neurologists say, people with Parkinson's, weight training and exercise does help a lot. Thought about it, how do I better myself? So in order for me to keep training and I can't do free weights, the only result is a machine. I've got the drive, I've always had the drive. Most of the guys that I train with at City Gym are all heavyweights and some of the boys go, bro, we don't want to train with you today.
What would be the pinnacle for you? Like
my dream is to go and meet up professional bodybuilders at Mr. Olympia Vegas, compete and meet them and talk to them about what I've gone through. Blessed that I'm still training and I'm still breathing, I'm still alive and I'm still here.
Massud, welcome back.
Thanks.
It's good to see you again. I feel like it's been ages.
Yeah, bro. It's good to be back, man. Good to see you looking well, man.
Oh, I try, man, but I can't keep up with you, bro. I mean, look at this. Look at those arms. Come on, give us a flex. Holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I've put on about 7 kilos since last time.
Damn, bro. And like a lean 6 kilos.
Yeah. I've watched what I eat, but I've been training hard. And
training like a monster.
Fighting Parkisons.
Your vascularity is what really stands out to me, man. I feel like, when you see like the Melbourne Cup and you see like the racehorses and they've just got like these crazy legs and they just go, like they're so lean. Like that's what you look like, man. It's crazy.
Thanks, bro. Thanks. And, I'd like to also say, that you just got to have a strong mindset. When you fight the disease by training hard, looking good, living it up. You don't know, you just got to live it up, train hard, and that's it. And for all you followers out there, thanks for supporting me. I'm on social media now, Instagram and TikTok and all that. And I'd like to say thanks to Lucas Podcast for having me on here today. I'd also like to thank City Gym for sponsoring me, proud sponsor. For Billy, legend, owner for City Gym. You've done so much for me and giving me the opportunity to train at one of the best gyms in Sydney. City Gym is well-equipped gym. Most bodybuilders, they have the IFBB shows on there. They're just fantastic. They've got the best trainers. They're very qualified. Billy's a legend. Billy, so you're a champion, brother.
Big ups to Billy. Dude, look, I think, it's important for us to kind of refresh everyone's mind about who you are and what you're doing. So for people who don't know, I mean, dude, like you're a bodybuilder with Parkinson's. It's the best way to frame you. And you've hit these levels of success and hit these levels of physical outlay that just most people who are completely able-bodied and completely able to do everything within cognitive normality wouldn't be able to do. You are a living example of you reap what you sow. And what you sow, man, is hard work, dedication, commitment to your craft. So for me to have you on isn't even a question. It's just like I want to be around you because I feel like every time I talk to you, every time we hang out, every time we do something, you rub off a bit of like inspiration onto me and I'm like, oh, I need to like capture that and put it into a jar so that when I'm having a bad day, I can just like refresh my palate,
Yeah, it's funny you said, Lucas, the one thing I love about waking up in the morning is having my breakfast, taking my medication and just knowing that every morning we wake up, we're blessed that we're still here. We're living in the best country in the world. You got the best good people around you. And when you have a good people around you, you've got a strong mindset and you want to motivate and help people, whether they got disabilities or whether they're first times in the gym or you got to have that. What can I say? So when I go to the gym, I like to help everyone. I like to train everyone. I like to, I'm very energetic. Like if you want, I'll do some push-ups. You can see I'm very, I'm always on the go. I'm always on the go. And like I'll be up with my boys, with my mates, and we'll be like sitting around at like kicking back at the house, and we're all just sitting there, having a bite to eat, and I'll just be like, get up, let's go, come on guys, let's go train. Let's go play soccer. Let's go play football. I don't want to just sit there and do nothing. And the boys go, you're crazy, man. And then some of them go, man, let's go. And then we'll go and we do training. And you just got to be happy.
Yeah.
You got to live your life and just be happy and just do your training. Keep a positive mindset. Help others. Help everyone.
Yeah.
And that's it.
You really strike me as the kind of person who likes to squeeze everything out of life. Like, you really like to capture every moment and really like to maximize everything that you're doing. You don't like to sit around. You don't like to waste time. You don't like to hang around other people. Have you always had that kind of thing about you, or is that a result of being diagnosed with Parkinson's?
Well, I think, it's been a bit of both. Like, I've always been, like, before diagnosis of Parkinson's, I used to just be a powerlifter. I used to be very bulky, carrying too much weight. Now, I was doing different sort of training then. I was doing powerlifting. I was working on doors. Like, I've been doing doors like for the last I've been working on the doors as a security guard at the licensed premises for 19 years. So all I was doing was just training, eating, sleeping, working, training. So ever since, like, I've been diagnosed with this disease, I've been more like, because I was always into just in my own bubble before, where I would just 4 years ago when I was doing my job on the doors, like I was finished 4 years ago working, and 19 years I worked on the doors. It was all about just waking up, breakfast, lunch, gym, work, train. That's it. I did that for 19 years straight, every day. Every day. I always went to work, come home, gym, just come home, relax, eat, sleep, get up, go train. I knew nothing else but just to work at the licensed premises. Now that I've got like a 7-year-old daughter, missus, and family, you start to think like differently as you get older. Like when we were younger, we used to cause ruckus, we used to, have fun, But as you get older, you start to become more mature and just think about training and helping others. And ever since I've been diagnosed with this disease, I'd like to help people with disabilities, and I'd like to help all people in the sporting industry. I'd like to train people, motivate people. I get along with everyone in the gym. They all come up to me, high fives. Oh, you're a legend. We see you in Instagram. You're a machine. Like, like that makes me train harder and to keep on top of it. And we'll see what there's more things I want to do in my sporting achievements too, because I'm an all-rounder. Yeah. So
you've always kind of had this almost like addiction to work and addiction to getting better and addiction to improving yourself, because most people don't live their lives so routine. Most people don't live their lives with commitments to gym, work, recovery, going back into it, spending time with family. Like, everyone kind of just likes to fuck around a little bit. Everyone kind of likes to, they'll put off going to the gym, or they'll make excuses as to why they can't go to that jiu-jitsu class, or they'll call in sick to work one day. But it seems like you've always had that personality of a person that is just a go-getter, You've always had a very strong drive to find success in whatever you're doing.
Well, I have, yes. But you know what gets me going is that I've just got a lot of energy. I like to help people. I've got the drive. I've always had the drive. See, what I like to do is train people. Like, I'm very competitive. That's number one. Me, I don't like to lose. Whatever I do in sport, whether it's basketball, if I play over 35s Division 1 for Pagewood, or if I play for Queen's Park, or if I play for any other football club, which I'm thinking of next year, playing for over 35s. I'll play as a striker. I come in. So what I do is I come in the 75th minute as a substitute. I tell the coach, leave me on second half, and then when I come on, I go for goals. I'm very, very competitive. Whether I muck around with my mates that got jiu-jitsu gyms, and they've got jiu-jitsu gyms in Maroubra, there's a few gyms in Rockdale, and that I like to train with my mates, just mucking around. Like I'm very competitive. I'd like to just to show. I might go to not Ninja Warrior. What's that? I'm trying to get into SAS.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to, if anyone out there in SAS want me to come and do your drills, I'm more than happy to come and do your
You
drills.
probably kick what are they called? Like the sergeants. Are they sergeants? What are like the chiefs called?
Yeah, the chiefs or the sergeants.
Yeah, you know, the
But I
sergeants.
see their
You
drills.
probably kick their asses. They probably like look at you and be like, fuck this guy. This guy's going to outwork us.
I like that commando style training. That's in my blood. So
Right.
that's why I've got to give it a go and show people with Parkinson's you've got to have a strong mindset and you can do anything if you put your mind to it.
Mm.
And that's what I just want to get out there to reach people and help people, you know,
Yeah.
inspire people, motivate people. You know, whatever challenges you got in life, you don't have to just sit there and let the disease beat you and wither away. You can get up, go for a walk. You don't have to do like training like me 6 days a week, twice a day, 5 days a week, twice a day. You know, just get out there, go for a walk, go on a exercise bike. Just don't sit in the corner and let yourself, because depression's the worst. You know, we all got depression. Like there's certain things that we all got a dark cloud on us, but we do ways to overcome it. See, for me, is train, work out, and be happy. That's it. Yeah.
And it's, you know, I think it's so important for other people that do have, you know, limiting conditions, things that many people would perceive to get in the way of their own success. I think it's really important for them to have people such as yourself to look up to and go, oh, wait, like I've got what he's got and look what he's doing. And, you know, like Parkinson's is a fucking bitch, man. It is a son of a bitch. And I can imagine for yourself, it would have come with a lot of challenges when you've gone from living the first 30 of your lives completely, you know, quote unquote normal, and then be hit with this hammer. So what challenges did you face? Because I think it's important for the people who are going through this to understand what challenges did you face after the diagnosis that would have, for most people, got in the way of your training, that would have limited you, would have set you back?
Well, the hardest thing was being diagnosed. That's one thing. The next thing is my profession. So what was I doing for work? I was being a bouncer for 19 years at roughest clubs in Sydney. So I've seen a lot of shit. I've seen people get stabbed, people get shot, blast, been in the venues where chairs and tables are flying and you've got to have each other's back. And I always had the guards back. And that's why when I left, they didn't want me to leave because they knew whenever there was a situation, I was always there to back the boys up. Now, and it also comes to natural instinct. Like I'm not a martial artist or a professional fighter. I know how to react if someone's coming at me aggressive. I'll know how to choke him up, put him to sleep on the floor, and put him on a wrist lock and walk him out. I've got that natural instinct. And few of the boys that I know go, bro, you know, they muck around. They go, I feel sorry for the guy that tries to rob you when you're shuffling at the ATM and you don't put him on a chokehold. Like, nah, bro. Yeah. So like I'm very competitive. That's just been in my blood, I guess. Whatever sport I do like to do, I like to be very involved. Like I've got high, you know, I want to just step the benchmark a little bit.
Yeah. But to go back to my original question, like what was the difficulty, like specifically with training?
Okay. With training with Parkinson's, yes. Yeah. Yes, sorry. Going back to the question. So first time I got diagnosed with Parkinson's was about 2015, October. I was at the gym. I was pressing the 60-kilo dumbbells. One of them dropped the left hand, and Joe, my Lebanese mate, Millennium Gym, said, your hand started shaking. So this whole arm was shaking.
So wait, you're doing dumbbell presses?
Incline presses on the 60
kilos. You're doing incline presses, 60 kilos. So dumbbells. You're lifting some heavy weight.
Yeah, 8 to 10 reps.
Yeah.
And I think I did about 8 or 9 and I dropped it.
Right.
That's when the left arm started shaking. And ever since then, I had
completely randomly. You'd never had anything like it before. You had no warning that this was going to happen.
No, it was that day in October at Millennium Gym. It was a chest and triceps day. That's when it happened. But ever since then, it wasn't easy because I was trying to push the free weights. But so you got to work it out when you're training and you've got shakes and you've got tremors. This arm's going up and this one's like not stabilized. So what I had to do is I had to do machines for 3 years to stabilize the muscle groups. Now I can do perfect if you get me to do 50, 100 kilos bench, 10 to 12 reps, 40 kilo dumbbells, 8 to 10 reps. I can do that fine.
Right. But it was
No, it doesn't. Its form is exactly because I train the brain to the muscle-brain connection.
right.
Yeah.
So it took 3 years of using machines and being able to isolate every muscle very safely because, like you would understand better than anyone else that like lifting a bench press whilst, most of us can do it, there is an element of danger to it. You could injure yourself if you pull a muscle in the middle of a rep, that weight could fall on your face, something could happen. And so I think particularly when you are facing with something like Parkinson's where you don't have that motor control, suddenly you are at a higher risk of injuring yourself. And how did you land on the decision to continue training but to use machines? Like, did you talk to someone about that? How did you land at that conclusion?
How I changed? I landed on that conclusion of starting is because I'm thinking, I just thought about it. How do I better myself? So in order for me to keep training and I can't do free weights, the only result is the machine. So the machines are there for you to use. So I thought, I've got to do machines. So I did machines for 3 years, and then one day at Bondi Junction Snap Fitness, I was there. I saw a guy benching flat kilo 40, 50 dumbbells, and you know what? I was just on the machine. I said, I'll give it a try. So I did it. I did like 10 or 12 on 40s for the first time, and I was jumping up and down. The reason why I was jumping up and down, excited, happy, and because I could do that movement again. So I had to train the brain to the muscle, and I'm blessed that I'm still training and I'm still breathing, I'm still alive, and I'm still here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're glad to have you, man.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
You're a big service to the community. So you were talking about that training process and having to retrain your mind-muscle connections, right? And navigate that. But another element of bodybuilding and another element of competing is the aspect of posing, and it's the aspect of having very stable mind-muscle connection. So when you go on stage, you have to be able to hold very specific, very uncomfortable poses. Like there's an art to it. Arnold Schwarzenegger used to do ballet in order to get like the perfect symmetry between his poses, and that style and that adaptation of dance in improving your posing ability is, it's widespread now. A lot of top level bodybuilders do it. So how did you get over that hurdle as to when you're on stage and there's nerves and there's people and there's cameras?
You just got to practice and switch the brain on the day. The day before my last comp, it was my first comp, but the last one I did in 2020 in Brighton, 3 years ago, in the first bodybuilding comp. I went out the whole night before. Like I didn't do things right, but I still went on there and still done things right. But next one coming up in season B, I've just got to. I'm thinking of competing, but I'm not going to say to myself, I'm going to have 6 months to compete. I'll just pretend I'm not competing, and 2 days before I'll go to register, and then I'll compete on that day. Reason being is when you're doing bodybuilding comps, there's a lot of pressure on. For a lot of people, there's a lot of pressure with like outside life, things that are happening around, like. And the dieting and the training, and it's hard work, man. Like
it is hard work.
It's hard work. Especially me, like I'm being natty and up against guys that aren't natty. You just got to train hard, but you just got to have a strong mindset. But it's you have to be like prepared mentally. So what I decided to do when I enter comps now is compete for registration 2 days before comp. So I'll keep my body in that low, like let's say now I don't have to worry. So looking maybe October, November, so I can bulk up a bit now, go up to 80 kilos, 82 kilos, because now I'm 76. And then I can strip back to 74, 75. I can do that very easy, just the way how my body... See, I don't write programs and diet. I don't write things down. I know how I train, and I know how to get the muscle gains, and it's in my head. Everything's in my head. I don't write stuff down. I just got it in my head. I research new programs, like what exercise to do. I don't do the same exercise. I do a range of heavyweight, light weights, tempo reps, high reps, explosive weight. So a mixture of everything will get your muscles growing, all your rear delts, your side delts, your back, your traps. There's so many front, rear delt, every muscle. Like bodies are like a jigsaw.
Mm-hmm.
You have to detail it. That's how I put on more size. And last time is every time I was going to the gym, when I trained shoulders, I was starting on shoulder press dumbbells. But now I do Jay Cutler's program where he starts on the side laterals.
Right. So where are you getting your information? Like how are you researching?
Just here and there, YouTube, and just watching. And no matter what level you're at, you're still learning. Like Mr. Olympia, Massud Chopan, the winner, one of my favorite bodybuilders. He's got a trainer. So, he gets corrected on technique and form. So no matter what level of training you are getting corrected in technique and form.
Of course. It's a constant game of self-improvement. And especially, I think, even more so when you're on the leading edge, when you are in that top % of the world, it's extremely competitive. And we're talking about the difference in millimeters, because when you're in that top 1%, you don't get these big growth spurts in terms of you might get a 10% increase in performance or even a 5% increase of performance. Like, because the guy that's coming second and the guy that's coming third are right on your tail. So you have to be just winning the very, very small battles over and over and over again. So with that in mind, do you keep like a team of trainers or a team of nutritionists, or like what are your resources? Who are the people you turn to when you do need advice or you do need information?
Well, City Gym, they've got the best bodybuilding coach there named Paul Haslam.
Paul Haslam.
One of the best City Gym's finest. He's an old school bodybuilder, professional bodybuilder. Most of the pro bodybuilders go to him for diet. Another best trainer at City Gym is Simon, my mate Simon. Mm-hmm. He's a legend too. So
what kind of diet does Paul have you on?
He'll just have you on before comp, high protein, low carb, or just away from fatty foods and that, like mainly chicken breasts, salmon, fish, steak, vegetables, a cup of rice, half a cup of rice. But
how often are you eating?
No, I'm eating a lot. I'm eating so much. I'm eating like eight small meals a day, 9 small meals a day.
Right.
Because I'm burning so many calories. So I don't measure how much calories. I'm not a person that measures the calories, but you know what I mean? I just eat a whole chicken, go to Franco's, mate, get a double chicken fillet. Give me the double chicken, mate.
I love it, bro. It's true, but because like with you train. Like I think this is the part that people don't maybe digest yet, is you train so hard and so often, like twice a day, 6 days a week.
5 days a week.
5 days a week is crazy. You must sleep like a fucking baby.
No, to be honest, I don't really, because Parkinson's causes restless sleep. So I've got insomnia, but I do have power naps during the days. Like Mrs. is driving, I'm like, get up. Where am I? No. All right, let me get back to sleep.
Yeah.
Like I have power naps. I have 2-3 hours here and there, but sleep no good. Here and there.
Have you figured out any strategies or any kind of ways to improve your sleep? Like, is there anything that you can do to maybe get 4 or 5 hours in?
More power naps during the day. They help.
Right. So it really is just like...
Keep power napping during the day. Keep napping during the day.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I haven't... No.
Because like there is the component of sleep that is really important. Like when you do get that REM sleep, when you do get that deep sleep, like a lot of scientists will talk about it and how important it is for decompressing the mind, for allowing for complete muscle recovery. So that's kind of a challenge that's very unique to you, because most people are able to get 6 to 8 hours. If they choose to or not is completely different. Like me, I'm a caffeine fiend, bro. Like you see it here. I've got coffee like in my hand all day. It's a coffee or a Red Bull. I drink caffeine like no tomorrow, because I'm a bit like you in that sense. Like I'm a go kind of guy, but unfortunately I feel like just my natural energy levels don't fluctuate that way. So I need a bit of, this is my ped, this is my steroids. Yeah. Like this just keeps my brain active and going, so I can keep things moving. But one of the trade-offs with that is it is harder for me to sleep. Like I'll be up till 2-3 in the morning just editing a video or writing emails or doing something, and I feel it the next day. Like when I don't get at least 6 hours, like for me 6 is the golden number. If I can go to sleep at 3 a.m. and wake up at 9 a.m., like my day is fine, I'm smooth. But if I cut that any shorter, if I get 5 or 4 hours sleep, I really feel it the next day. My mood's off. My energy levels are low. I don't want to be around anyone. I can't think straight. My creativity isn't there. So because you've lived both lives, right? You've had the life of
sleeping in every day, 10 hours.
Every day, 10
before
hours.
the diagnosis,
What have you felt any trade-offs in this kind of power napping whenever you can approach?
Look, I'm used to having not much sleep now with this Parkinson's, being diagnosed a few years now. I've got a stage where I'm used to it. But before I was like you, Lucas. It was like, if I don't get 4 or 5 hours sleep, I don't want to talk to no one. I don't want to see. But I think it's because of all the medication that I'm taking. Maybe I don't feel it as much anymore. Maybe my body's gotten used to it. I think it's gotten used to it over time. But I'm adapting well. I mean, like, I still have my rest as long as I'm getting my rest during the day here and there and training and recovering and, it's like I've just learned to adapt to it. And I think it's because all the years I've been on medication and,
What kind of medication are you taking?
Well, I'm taking 4 different types, all throughout the day, all throughout the night.
Right.
Yeah, so when I wake up in the morning and I have my meds and I have my breakfast, I don't shake when I'm in the gym. I'm like still. But after gym, late at night, the shakes start to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
And is
but
this like a once a day kind of thing, or are you having to take
shakes
multiple?
come here and there.
No, I'm talking the medication. So the medication you're taking, is that just like you take it once in the morning and then you're sweet? Or
No. You got to take them all throughout the day.
Right.
Like there's tablets to take. So you just got to take them on time. So if you take them on time, you won't shake that much during the day. But if you delay it, that's when it creeps up on you.
Right.
Yeah.
And are you pretty regimented with it? Like, are you?
I'm pretty good with it. Like I've learned to adapt to it pretty well now. But you've just got to. Obviously, neurologists say people with Parkinson's, weight training and exercise does help a lot.
Really?
Yes, it does.
Why do you think that is?
Because it helps the motor skills, it helps your brain, and it helps the dopamine that releases into your body. And I think it helps. Well, the studies show it helps. But if I never did gym or if I never did training and I had the disease, I would probably be in a wheelchair.
Really?
Oh yeah, 100%. But so that's why I'm training. Like I love training anyway. It doesn't.
Yeah.
So training's just more of a thing to train hard. Yeah, just train hard and enjoy training.
Is that an extra motivator for you? Because for most people, it's like I want to hit that dream body and then I'm sweet. And you see it all the time. Like there's this guy on YouTube and on TikTok. His name's Fusi. And he's like, I'll show you his TikTok in a second.
Is that the really ripped guy?
Yeah. Have you seen the video of him getting hit in the abs?
He's always energetic. Yeah, I wouldn't mind training with him.
Well, you know what the crazy thing about Fusi is, man, is that he's done these transformations like 6 times now. So he gets, like you saw in that video, ripped as a motherfucker. And then within 6 months, he's blown up again.
Yeah.
And what you see with that kind of behavior is like, it's very much the goal is, once that goal is accomplished and once that goal is checked, then a lot of people tend to become complacent. We all do it. We're all guilty of complacency. We're all guilty of, you know what, man, like, I'm just going to put my feet up. Fuck, I've had a long day. I don't need to do it. It's resistance. It's that desire to seek comfort, and it's innately built in all human beings, and we all look for comfort. But you're very consistent with your training. You're very I don't really see you ever get out of shape. I don't ever see you lose your physical health in terms of your ability to train and have energy and keep pushing forward. So is that fear of ending up in a wheelchair or ending up with a steep decline in your health, is that what drives you?
That I'm not worried about because I keep training. But you know what I do? Training's like an addiction. It's like a drug. Now, I enjoy it so much. I've just got used to getting the gains and the results. Just make you just want to train. Like keep training, keep positive, keep motivated. But every now and then I used to take a week off.
Right.
And taking a week off helps. So like our human bodies are like car engines.
Yeah.
What happens when you thrash a car every day? What happens? Head gasket's going to blow. Something's going to...
Yeah.
we're all human. We need rest, recovery. Rest, recovery, let it rest and have a few days off here and there. And then when you come back to the gym, you get the insane pumps. Because you're rested. Recovery, people just, it's not about like training 6 days a week, 2-3 hours a day. It's not about the training that's going to get you the size. It's what you're doing after, how many meals you're having, how much rest, how much recovery, how much salt is in your body, how much sodium have you got, how much water, how much sleep breaks, you know, when you get up, what'd you do? Every little factor counts. Like, as you grow many years of training in the bodybuilding and training, weight training and all that, is you start to realize how your body works. Everyone knows their own patterns in their body when they become professional trainers and athletes, you know. They know when to train, they know when to have recovery, they know when to have their rest. But it's about what you're doing outside. So it's all about eating well, keep eating, keep you know, and you know, you just as long as you're I've always had that drive, and I've always been motivated, and I'll just keep getting motivated and motivating others. And that's
what do you do when you decide, like, you know what, I'm taking this week off? What do you do in that period?
A week off, yeah, it's hard. I'm actually due for a week off soon. But you know what I might do? I might just take 2-3 days off.
Right.
Yeah. I might just take 3 days off. You know what? I say I'm going to take a week off, but guys, I never do take a week off. Okay? I always say it, but I never do. Like 3 days, man.
Okay, let's say Susie steps in. She goes, Massud, you're driving me crazy. I'm having to take you to the gym and back and forth 3 times a week now. You need a week off. She lays down the law and she says, Massud, you're taking a week off. How are you spending that week?
I'll just say, see you later. I'm out. I'm going to gym.
You're doing push-ups in the garage.
Yeah. Wait.
I love her, bro. I love it. Are there I imagine there's a lot of social barriers for you as well, right? Like, you know, people might judge you off a first glance or create distance between themselves and you. Like, what are the common misconceptions people have about you and Parkinson's?
Well, they think I'm on something. Look, like, I noticed that in the last 2-3 years, my positioning of my walking and the way it's going to change. But it doesn't matter. I don't
change
care.
How so?
It changes like your speech, changes your slow vision, shaking, tremors, all that. That's part of the disease. That's just part of Parkinson's. It's going to happen. Michael J. Fox, you know, he had an interview 2-3 weeks ago. I mean, he's still keeping well, but he's not really. You know, Parkinson's will get you. Not really. You just got to live. Train, and it gets worse over time, but you just got to have a happy mindset and just you know, you just got to be strong. You just got to keep going and just live your life. That's it. Just live your life. You know, help others. That's it.
And you do have like an online presence, and you're trying to build a social media, and you're trying to get your name and your story out there. Have you like noticed negativity or people pushing back?
Well,
in the comment section in particular,
you know, there are going to be people, no matter what you do, whether you succeed, there's always going to be a hater. Whether you're a professional UFC fighter, whether you're a professional bodybuilder, or you're a rugby league player, there's going to be some bastard out there that's going to say shit. Yeah. Straight out. I avoid that. I don't care what they say. Arnie says, never listen to the naysays. Never listen to the naysays, the negative bullshit.
You know, David Goggins is one of my favorite people on planet Earth, and he's so crazy. He's so just out of his mind determined to... I don't even know what he's going for anymore. He's just battling his internal voices, right? Because he's done everything. He's a multi-millionaire. He's a best-selling author. He was a Navy SEAL. He does speaking gigs all the time. Like, the guy is set for life. So if anyone deserves to put their feet up and relax, it's David Goggins. But he is so out of his mind, just determined to stay hard, motherfucker, that he will read comments of people talking shit about him, record it on audio, and then put it into his ears while he's jogging. So he's just got people hating on him all the time, and he uses that as fuel. He uses that as a driver.
You know, there's always going to be haters out there. There's always going to be like someone saying, but I don't, you know what? I just focus on myself, my training, helping others, and people that want to be there in that circle environment. Yeah, I'll be happy to help people. The haters there's always going to be haters.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this is the way, you know, whether you're whatever star you are, there will always be lovers and haters because there's jealous people out there too, you know?
Yeah.
You know, but you just can do your thing. That's it.
Well, if you had the opportunity to communicate with the people that might hate or might have these misconceptions of you, like what would you want them to know? What would you say to them? Like how would you approach that?
Well, you know what I'd say to them? Just do your thing, man. Do your thing. That's it. Do whatever you gotta do. I just want to be out there for the people that respect me. I respect them like anyone else. They come to the gym. They want to talk to me, hang out. If they see me on the street, yeah, g'day, high five. Yeah, I'm easy going, man. You know, just yeah. It's good to know that there's a lot of good support, positive people out there too that always are going, you're the best, you know, inspiration, you know, and I like to help people. And I was like, DM me, like, you know, people message me, bro, can I have a program? Can you do me a program? Yeah, I'll write you up a program. I'll write it up for them. No, I don't charge them nothing. I'll do it for the love. Yeah. Because if they're committed and they're happy and I see them get results, makes me happy. So I'm a trainer that likes everyone to improve. Yeah. I like to help people train. So whatever I've showed them on the gym floor, they've done it and they got the results, I get happy.
Yeah. And you know, there's so many people that have this attitude of gatekeeping or trying to withhold information, or it's a famine mentality. And I believe that famine mentality only promotes more famine. The more you try and take from other people, the less there is for everyone. And that attitude of being generous with your information, that attitude of being generous with your time and wanting other people to succeed isn't only going to benefit the person, isn't only going to benefit you, but it's going to benefit the fitness community in general. Because now we've got more information out there. Now we've got more options out there. Now we've got better athletes out there, no matter what level of competition they are, or if they're even competing.
Can I say something? I was training in this other gym called My Gym, which is now where I was at East Gardens.
Right.
There's a guy that trains at My Gym. His name's Jimmy. He's probably in about 40, 50 something years old, but he's got a disability. Mm-hmm. Now I respect him so much. He comes there and he trains harder than anyone else. He comes with his walking stick. He walks in. He says hello to everyone. He's a legend. When I see him train and he does the hard workouts and he's got what he's got, he's a champion. So shout out to you, Jimmy.
Yeah. Has it been tricky for you and your family navigating these waters? Like, has it been hard for the closest people around you to understand not only what you're going through and have empathy towards your situation, but also vice versa, like you towards them?
Yeah, when it comes to family, look, I'm close with my family, with my partner and my daughter, but everyone's got obstacles, you know. Like I've got good friends, you know, out there. You know, we all have a situation in our lives where, you know, things come, you know, there's a lot of factors, but you know what? I just got to have the strong mindset, and the people that are there that I know, I'm there for them. The people that aren't there for me, that I thought were going to be there for me, I don't worry about them. I just let them live their life, because the more you think about it, it's just going to stress me out, and I'm not in that. I just got to say, yeah, forget. That's it. Forget, and focus on what I need to do. Focus on my training and my family. And that makes me happy.
Do you have kids?
Yeah, I got a daughter.
You've got a daughter.
Yeah.
What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind for your daughter? What kind of message do you want to leave behind for her?
That I just want to know that, you know, she loves training too. She's like, Daddy, can I come to gym today? I'm like, yeah, we'll take her. Mum's like, no. Soon I will be taking her to the gym. Yeah, when she gets a little bit older, I'm going to get her into exercise. But she's, just working on it with the mother.
Yeah.
But she does push-ups at home.
She into like any sports?
She likes watching A-League.
Ah, really?
On Saturdays, we watch the A-League.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, the Women's World Cup is this year, isn't it?
Did you see the game? What was it? Sydney FC beating
Wanderers?
Wanderers, yeah. You Wanderers. Yeah, well, it was a good game.
Do we have to talk about it?
It was a good game. I just like to see
I've been a Wanderers fan for like the last 8 years.
Yeah.
And I have to say, like, it is just shot to the stomach after shot to the stomach after shot to the stomach being a Wanderers supporter. Like, we just cannot find our feet. Yeah. We cannot find a good team. We can't find a good coach. We can't find a good board. It's so hard. And it's tricky because there is so much individual talent in Western Sydney. I mean, Western Sydney should be like the most fertile land for excellent footballers. Yeah. Italians, we got them. Yeah. You know, Spaniards, we got them.
Yeah, true.
South Americans, we got them. Like, and we're such a big footballing community. Like, everyone in Western Sydney loves football.
Hey, when you think about it, I didn't think about it, but when you just open my, like, yeah, there are, there's a lot of Spanish, there's a lot of Africans, and there's a lot of, like, you guys should be the best in the world.
We should. We should. Sydney FC should not be the best. Come on.
But you know, with me, I just like to watch a good game. Like, you know, I just love to see nail-biting games, whether it's I'm a Doggies fan in there.
Oh, yeah?
I'm doing a good start, but there's always
next season.
There's always next season after they start winning their games.
So what's on the horizon for you? What you mentioned before that you're thinking maybe about competing in October.
So yeah, I got I'm going to be competing in October, season B, IFBB. Don't know the details yet. We'll post them out on Insta soon. I want to do this will be my last comp. So I'm going to focus on doing one more competition.
This is going to be your last competition?
Yeah, because I want to focus on other sport. Like after this year, I'm not going to camp bodybuilding. I'm still going to be training, but I'm going to do like more, say, getting into over 35s, playing football for maybe Rockdale area. Maybe I might go train with the Rockdale team or out that way. Or Uncliffe or whatever, or around that I'm going to go to that play for over 35s,
Why the decision to leave?
Just one more comp, that'll be enough for me. I've already done one, so I'll do one more and then that's it. And then I'll just be maintaining my training hard, as always.
But do you feel like you're like just physically not able to compete anymore?
No. I will if I can get it. If I can get it. Sorry. I will compete one more after this one, season B, if I can get a sponsorship to compete in United States. Maybe try to get Macca's to sponsor me or something. I'm in the process of that.
Right.
So not certain 100%, but you know, if things work through and they decide to sponsor me,
competing is expensive.
Yeah. Well, if there's anyone out there, the government, anyone want to sponsor me,
I'm sure we can find someone, dude. It's not a big ask. I mean, particularly on the premise of what you're standing for. I'm sure there's some organizations or some companies out there
that will sponsor me.
Hell, like Teresa Chasers will support you, man. You know, anything, bro. Of course, bro.
Thanks,
of course,
bro.
Anything we can do to help. I mean, I
Teresa
can't promise
Chasers
you.
are the
Is
it open now after this?
We'll go grab a feed after.
Damn.
For sure. Dude, like, I can't promise you like $10 million in the back pocket, but we can definitely figure something out, man.
Can I just say Teresa Chasers got the best steaks and the best chops. Oh. I smashed it. Your father cooked for the last time he cooked me like a big platter and I smashed it all day.
Yeah, you did.
And I was hungry again. I said, where's the next one? You're coming on. Like, yeah, sweet.
Yeah. Dude, I think, you know, this is clearly something you're very passionate about. This is clearly something that you've worked your entire life towards. And I know what it's like to, have a goal and have a dream and have resources be the reason why you can't go and accomplish those goals and accomplish those dreams. And it's unfortunately, it's a reality for a lot of people. There are so many talented footballers. There are so many talented singers. There are so many talented athletes that could potentially be some of the best in the world and unfortunately just don't have the same opportunities that we do here in Australia.
Yeah, like I would love to keep competing if I got some sponsorship deals from some supplement companies or some protein brands or whatever they do. I'll do it. I will go there. I'll promote their brand or whatever. Like I always promote City Gym. They are the best gym in Sydney.
Yeah.
But look, I'm willing to go if someone wants to sponsor me and say, you know.
What would be the pinnacle for you? Like, what would be
my
like
my dream is to go and meet up with the professional bodybuilders at Mr. Olympia Vegas. That's all I want to achieve. Go there, compete and meet them and talk to them about what I've gone through with my challenges with Parkinson's and bodybuilding and doing this and training with the heavyweights. Most of the guys that I train with at City Gym are all heavyweights, and some of the boys go, bro, we don't want to train with you today. You're going to kill us. I'm like, oh, come on, bro, come on.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the TikTok video of you doing, what was it, the one you showed me today? What exercise were you doing?
The single leg press.
Single leg press, yeah. And you're pushing how many plates?
Six plates, 10 to 12 on each single leg, and then both leg 8 or 6, I think. Yeah, something like that.
That is like some serious weight.
Yeah. It's, you know what? I don't care about the weight. I care about technique, form, blood in the muscle. So if you want to grow more, it's not about this is what I say to people. If you can do a 200 kilo squat on a hack squat or 300 kilos and you do 3 reps, what do you think you're going to get more growth out of? 3 reps on 230 kilos or 100 kilos? Less than half the weight and do 20 reps with 4 giant sets. Giant sets are like you do 15 of one, then you go 15 to the other, then 15 to the other, then 15 to the other. 4 sets of giant sets. So you're getting like not 80 something, 70 reps out as one set. So that's more harder. That gets more blood in the muscle. That's better for growth.
Right.
It's good to do strength and both, but not always good to do heavy.
But then why are powerlifters so big? Because powerlifters generally go for 1 rep max.
They go for 1 rep max because their portions of eating and food are more.
Right.
So bodybuilders train different and they diet different. We're not like powerlifters. I don't lift like 60, 70 kilo dumbbells and do 2 reps and drop the dumbbell and just have 3-4 minute rest between sets. You just... When you're training, look, you can, if you're a rugby player, I understand if you've got a squat, heavy bench press, union player, league player, sporting player, NFL player. But if you, and you do deadlift and you do squat, you're going to need to, because when you're doing like a scrum, you need to have the power on your whole back and your legs and everything to push the other opponents on the league field. But if you're just a normal bodybuilder that wants to train, you can do reps. You don't have to do heavy deadlifts and heavy squats. You can do like so many different other exercises like a hack squats machine, front squat machine, back squat machine, leg press, hamstring, leg extension, calf raises, all those other exercises. Like lunges, there's so many exercises to do. And the best thing, what I do is I don't do the same exercise. I change it up. I do 12 to 15 reps and I change whatever I do one week, I change it to the other week, and then so in 3 weeks I do 3 different certain exercises. I never do the same thing. And changing it up and doing lighter and getting more blood in the muscle, tempo reps helps a lot. So
what are tempo reps?
Tempo reps are like, so you do 1 explosive press, then you come down 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then push. So it's like explosive up in eccentric control down.
And what's the benefit of that?
Well, you're getting more blood in the muscle. So you want to change it. It's not all about lifting heavy. See, on my videos, there's only the single 20 plate that I'm lifting each side, but the way you watch me do it is strict form. getting the stretch, the squeeze,
Yeah.
the blood flow, the pump, the reps, everything.
Yeah, one of my close friends, Christian, shout out Christian Horens, he recently started. He's always trained really hard, and he's always been like a big guy. Like he loves the gym. He's always there. He's there 6 days a week. He's committed to it. But recently he changed gyms. I think he went to GMF. I'm going to double check that one, but I'm pretty sure he went to GMF and he signed himself up with a professional trainer. And one of the first things the trainer got him to do was like significantly cut down the amount of weight that he was lifting. Yeah. Not because he couldn't lift the weight, but because he wanted to make sure that the form was absolutely
100%.
Perfect, make sure that
100%.
everything was on point, and make sure that he was able to continue lifting the weight even though they were cutting down calories. Because obviously as you cut down calories, you're going to have less energy, you're going to have less explosivity, you're going to have less strength, all of those things factored in. And he's in the best shape of his life right now. Like Chris looks absolutely incredible. And I've always known that technique is very important for bodybuilding, but I think seeing the transformation that he's had just by fine-tuning the technique and fine-tuning the plan to get the best results has been like a first world experience for me to go, oh, like this is the difference. This is what those like millimeters add up to.
Can I say something else, Lucas? I just want to tell you one more thing. The place that I got all my gains from was Sydney City Gym, because they've got the professional coaches, trainers. They've got a reputation. They've got goes back history, and I've learned to not do like too much heavy. It's okay to do heavy. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not just a person that says don't do heavy. Heavy's good, but also mix it up with reps and tempo. Like if you want to do some compounds heavy, no, like you just swap and change. You can't just stick to heavy, and you can't stick to light for too long. So there's like a fine line, Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, by having more control of the eccentric motions and having more control over the tempo and having more control over the range of weights that you're using, you're less likely for injury. You're going to get faster results. You're going to get more long-term results as opposed to, and you
long-term training as well.
Long-term training, you're not going to be as like completely just wrecked the next day. I think that's a big problem, particularly with like ego lifters, people that just want to go for 300 kilo bench press on their first day in the gym. It's stupid.
When we were young, like when I was 25, 26, I used to bench 5 plates, but all it did was wreck my joints.
Yeah.
And if I knew before, I would have done reps the whole way through. But it's okay. We learned and we live to learn.
Yeah. There's this guy on TikTok I follow. I think his name's Anatology. Yeah, his name's Anatology, and he has these hilarious TikTok videos where he goes into gyms and he pretends to be a cleaner with like a Russian accent.
Yeah.
You've seen his videos? How good are they? So for people who don't know, I'll play a clip, but he goes into the gym and he'll find some like ego lifters, these big steroided out guys, and be like, oh, excuse me, sir, can I clean that? And he'll like clean and try and get in the way of them working out. And in the process of that, he'll just like single arm lift up the weight like that with perfect technique and films their reactions every single time. And he doesn't he's in cleaner clothes, so it's hard to tell, but he doesn't look like he doesn't look like the kind of guy that would be able to lift that kind of weight. No. But he is so strong and he's got such precise technique that he's able to lift way more than you'd expect him to be able to.
I want to make the audience laugh. So there was a time we were talking about that. There was a time I went to just to visit. I was training with one of my other mates. We went to Newtown Fitness first. That day I didn't have a good sleep. I had the worst sleep and I was shaking. So when I don't have a good sleep and I don't take my meds on time, I'm still going to the gym, but I'm shaking. And I walked in there, they saw me shuffling, the staff. So they all come in and like concerned, oh, can we help you? Like, because they can see I'm shaking and that.
Yeah.
So they're like thinking, how is this guy getting around? He's shuffling so hard. Like, we're worried that he's going to fall. He might fall over and hurt himself. He's got Parkinson's. They didn't know I've got Parkinson's. They thought, like, what's wrong with him? Obviously, if they know there's something wrong with me. Anyway, I put my bag down and everything. They come and help me out, and I'm zombie as well. So like they know that like I'm not all right, but they're just watching to see, if I'm okay. So, and then I just started warming up on the dumbbells. I grabbed the dumbbells, 20 kilo dumbbells, 10 reps. I put them on the rack. They start to look. I pick up the 30s. I did about 8, put it back, and there's something they're thinking. They're baffled. They're like, what's going on? They're like, is this guy, what the hell? Well, this guy couldn't even walk into the gym. Because the medication kicked in. I had to sit for about 5-10 minutes. So then what happened was I ended up pressing the 10 or 12 on the 45s or something, and they walked past, and then I was just pumped. And I was just like, yeah. And they just look baffled because, and one of them, can I ask you, like, what was it? I got Parkinson's. His face went like a ghost because he couldn't see me walk into the gym. After half an hour later, I'm just pumped, So it takes.
Are there goals outside of your fitness and outside of your bodybuilding that you want to hit? Like, what's the larger impact of Massud?
A larger impact. I just want to be. I just want to people know like that. If you put your mind to it, you can achieve anything, and you can just. I want to be inspiration for all people, motivation, people with Parkinson's. They want to reach out to me anytime. I also want to just be out there and be happy and train and help people. That's it. Just want to help people and motivate people and be if there's anyone want me to train, sponsor, do documentaries, TV shows, go overseas. I just want to keep exploring. I want to get out there. I want to see what else is out there, like what other things I can do. Yeah.
Are you like concerned at all with your own mortality? Like, everyone's got a clock, right? Everyone's starts at a certain time and finishes at a certain time. But when you do face something like Parkinson's or Alzheimer's or any kind of genetic disposition, like there is that almost added pressure of like, I don't know how long I've got it.
Nah, I laugh every day. Every day I'm alive, I'm breathing, I'm happy. No one knows tomorrow if you're going to wake up, but you just live your life.
Right.
You live your life. They ain't worry me that.
Yeah. But I'm sure you've had to have that conversation with doctors.
Oh, yeah. Of course. But you just got to...
What do they say? Like, what?
Just live your life, You just be happy, live your life, do your training, do your exercise, be good to people, joke every day, laugh every day, go out with the boys, keep in contact with your friends. That's it. Have fun.
Right. So it really is just squeeze the juice out of every moment that you possibly can.
That's it. Because we're not here for very long. We're here for a short time, so just enjoy.
Yeah.
Just enjoy. What's the point of living life and being be happy?
You are one of the happiest people I know, and it's so fascinating and so it makes me so happy, man, because I tend to fall into the habit of being a bit nihilistic or a bit pessimistic at times. Like, I'm a very reality-based person. I see things how they are, and if something's not working and I want it to work, like, it gets to me. And then I come across you and it's just like, no matter what happens, you're just in a good mood. Like, you're just always happy just to be there, to be in the moment, to be sharing experiences with other people. And I think that's an important reminder for everyone at home. It's, you don't know how long you've got. You
don't know. So you just, do your training, be there with your family, have your fun, your close family, the people that are close to you, the ones that are close to you, the ones that are close to you, and be there for them, and then they'll be there for you, and that's it, and live your life, because, man, especially what's going on around the world these days, you just...
Well, it's so easy to get sucked in.
You just go out, you don't know what's going to happen, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just be blessed that family, wealth, happiness, not wealth, health is number one thing.
Yeah.
And you just got to do what you can to keep going, man.
Do you think, did you notice a shift in your personality before and after?
Well, before I was like, maybe because my personality before, I was hot-headed, very hot-headed. So
really?
If someone used to, like, in the clubs I was working on the door, someone used to say a wrong thing to me, like I was like, very, very not very aggressive, but like I was bad tempered. I was very bad tempered. Maybe I don't know why. I was not happy. Maybe because I don't know. Maybe I was just doing the one thing that I always knew to do: work, come home, train, and that was probably I've done that for so many years. Maybe now I don't know.
Do you feel like there's a part of you that might have been taking it for granted as well?
Yeah, but look, it's I'm more on the happier side now.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe because what's
I'm saying back then, like maybe you took it for granted.
maybe because I was dealing with. You think about it, I've done 19 years dealing with good people, mainly on those, but you're also dealing with a lot of idiots that want to fight you, challenge you, put you on the spot. You know, the stress, the pressure, you know, and then...
How often did you find yourself in fights while you were in...
A lot, some nights nothing, some nights a lot, but...
Were there any moments where you're like, fuck, I'm glad I got out of that one?
Yeah, there are. When you got moments where you come home and then, you know, I was also like... Back then I used to did a bit of drugs, you know, did the cocaine and all that.
Yeah.
You know, all this back then, you know, it's ugly life, but you know, I've passed that now. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you like? I want to know the like. Do you have like any war stories or anything like that from?
Yeah, there was a few riots at big fights at Collectors Hotel at Parramatta.
Right. What happened?
Yeah. There was brawls, chairs, tables, pool cue sticks, flying, debris. The riot squad, Parramatta Police riot squad on George Street. Yeah,
the
Roxy
riot squad.
Yeah, because we used to run from Roxy to Collectors to Roxy. They're in Parramatta, and that was back in the days, bro. Oh, there was big brawls there, man. Big brawls.
Over what?
Girls.
Of course. Of course. And so what happened to you? Like what happened in the
No, it was just like, you know, there was always dramas, there was always fighting, punching on, pool cue sticks, ashtrays, debris, bottles, take this guy out, take him through the back, police, reports. And then you come home every night after the shift, you're like, what happened tonight? And then you go back for the repeat for the following night, and it's just never ending. Weeknights were cruisy, sort of much, like kick back, chill.
Yeah.
But weekends you had to work for your money.
Yeah. And were there nights like where you'd get home and be like, fuck, I don't know how I made it out of that one?
Yeah, man, many. Oh, if I could tell you, oh shit, man. Like, yeah, bro, there was so many incidents like that, man. So many, where do we start? There was, he even got challenged by a few. I remember one night I was asking this bloke to leave because he had to leave. He was intoxicated. He was going off with his girlfriend about. This was at a pub at Stratfield. He was an Irish guy. Not a big guy, probably about 70 kilos, 65 kilos, but he was wiry. And
it's always the Irish, isn't it?
No.
They love drinking and they love fighting.
They do. But this one, like, sometimes my mates go to me, the bigger guys I've taken down easier than the
smaller guys.
Yeah. But you know what? Those days are. Yeah, memories, man. I guess memories. 19
Stories
years, over 1,000. Like, how many hotel premises have I worked at?
Wait, so what happened with the Irish guy?
Oh, he got booted out. We wrestled outside, and then cops came, and then that was it. That was it. Yeah. But you know, like, I've had my challenges. Like, I've had my challenges, and I've been through a lot, and I've dealt with a lot. But yeah, that was the years. And
would have been really interesting to see, like, you know, obviously bodybuilding is your passion, and bodybuilding is what you pursue. But it would have been really interesting to see how you would have done in the world of martial arts. Well,
I'll tell you, there was two people that helped me in the security industry. Now, when I was 18, when I joined the security industry, there was a Kiwi bloke by the name of Terry Takani. He was he lived up in my way in Hornsby. He lived near the old pub in Hornsby. And I used to work with him, and he knew me, and we became friends. He was into Wing Chun, Kung Fu, and all that martial arts. And he got me, ran me through the basics. So when I worked with him, he made me feel comfortable. He showed me maneuvers, how to, if this guy comes at you this way, take him out and do this and that. And I'd train with him a few days. And as Alex as well from Sun Security, he helped me out, So these guys have basically helped me get by, because I told them this is what I'm going to be doing for the next 18, in a long time. So they helped me out. So yeah, it was good. It was good. They, they helped me train and yeah.
It's just
and I remember the first removal Terry got me to do at Narrabeen. He was watching me. He was going, all right, go. And he watched me, and then I go, hey, I got to go. Terry goes, good. Okay.
I find it. I think in life there are just outliers, and there are people that are able to apply a certain level of focus and determination in ways that other people just can't. Like, you've obviously made huge sacrifices and a massive commitment to your bodybuilding career and the process of improving your physical health. And to me, it's just interesting to know, how would you have done in the domain of martial arts? Because martial arts is such a sport of discipline, and is such a sport of control. And, it does take very long and extenuous focus, and it is an addiction. This is what martial artists probably don't tell you about, is it is as addictive as it gets, because that feeling when you land a right hand straight down the middle and you crack someone on the chin or on the nose, I don't care how many goals you scored. I don't care what poses you hit. There is nothing more primal, and there is nothing more enticing than that feeling.
Yeah, I get you. But the one thing that I've never
You
done is...
would have been so addicted.
No. You're right. I'm addicted in wrestling and grappling. Never throwing a strike, because in security, if you throw a strike, you get charged, you lose your license, you possibly pay court fees and go to jail.
Right.
Yeah, because you've got to use reasonable force at the same time.
So I'm talking here in controlled conditions with gloves on mats, not in pubs and clubs.
Oh yeah. It is an addiction, but see, my style of wrestling is I read someone's body language. So if I'm going to wrestle someone, I'm going to see how they. So all it is body language. So if he's going to come low in a certain area, I'll just know how to retaliate. That's all natural instinct.
Yeah.
Not that because I've done jiu-jitsu for 4 or 5 years. I read his body language, and when he's coming at me, I've got to use the brain to think, how am I going to get out of it, and how am I going to lock him up? That's all it comes down to.
Yeah.
And I've challenged a few people. They know who they are. They know who they are. They know what belts they're up. But I just do my thing. I don't like to brag on about it. And if I ever go in a wrestling match, I'll never say no.
Yeah. I always wondered the question. If LeBron James found golf instead of basketball, would he be one of the best golfers in the world? And I think he would. I think it's the DNA of success. It's the DNA of people that push the limits beyond what anyone else has physically done in the past.
Yeah.
It's mentality over everything. And, there are genetic gifts that people get. There are just components of the puzzle that you were either born with or you're not. Some people are born with amazing voices just naturally, and other people have to work a very long time to get half as good as that person that's naturally very gifted.
So Lucas, to your fans, the people watching, do you want to explain how I do my training? Can I give an example how I do a set?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Just show how I control my training when I do the.
Yeah, of course. I might just move the camera a bit so we get you in frame.
Yeah.
How much space do you need?
No.
gotta give us a flex after that. That's crazy. Holy shit, dude. It's really interesting because as soon as you start doing any of these movements, it's like there's no shakes, there's no tremors, there's nothing. It's just so
control.
Fluid. So much control.
And everything's even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the hardest parts about training and lifting weights.
That's why I wanted to just show the people out there that, look, you know, when I train, I'm switch on, focused.
Let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
So tell the people your Instagram, your TikTok, your YouTube, where they can find you, and sponsors, what's the best way of contacting you? And just lean a little bit forward into this.
Yes, contact me through Instagram, Massud Chopan. TikTok, if you know, I'm willing to. If anyone wants to sponsor me, whether it's any company brand out there, I'd love to opportunity to also go to the Vegas and compete in bodybuilding comps for Vegas and all that in America, to show the people out there that, you know, I can represent Australia or whatever, or do whatever to IFBB or whatever, or Bodybuilding Australia or anyone, you know. Thanks Sydney City Gym, Marlon and Kevin from all the gyms. And I'd like to say big shout out to my family, my missus, my daughter Marie, Susie, my partner, and thank you, Lucas Podcast. And we have to go chorizo chasers, eh, bro?
Yeah, straight after this we'll go. Listen, guys, that's been Massud Chopan. He's
Thanks,
breaking down the barriers between people who have Parkinson's and the people that want to thrive and succeed. And he's showing that no matter what situation you find yourself in, you can always find ways to improve your health. He's a master of being completely accountable for all his actions, all his diet, all his processes, and everything decision that he makes is dedicated towards improving his health. And if he can do it, anyone at home can do it. So I definitely recommend that you check out his Instagram, his TikTok, and you show him some love, man. I mean, Massud, he's a name you're going to be seeing a lot of. He's not going anywhere. He's a massive inspiration. And please, sponsors, anyone that does want to support Massud in his journey to the United States, you know where to find him. Links will be in the description down below. If you haven't already, smash the subscribe button. We are so close to 1,000. It is absolutely ridiculous. I can taste it. Let's fucking go.